Hi guys, Auto Talent here again, and I got another video for you guys. Today I wanted to go over something kind of simple. I made an automatic sugarcane farmer. So because I'm really lazy, and I mean if you look over here, you'll notice I have a lot of sugarcane here, and it's a pain in the ass. It always falls in the water, and then you gotta go chase after it, and you gotta wait forever. You're not always just sitting there waiting for sugarcane to grow. So I got kind of lazy about it, and I was like, I'm going to do something about this. And I kind of thought of this myself. I know there's a lot of similar designs out there. I did watch another video just to see what somebody else's idea on this would have been, and it was pretty similar to mine. It looked a little more fancy, and he kind of had it stacked and stuff, but I think mine is better. They obviously didn't use Buildcraft pipes. The only one that I could find was vanilla, so I'll give a brief overview of it. Basically, if we sit here and watch it, I mean, obviously, the timer is like a minute on this, I believe. So basically, what you got over here is you have a chest, and this is where obviously the sugarcane is deposited, and some wire that I must have dropped, and it's got a pipe and an obsidian pipe powered by an engine here, which basically sucks in any errant, little pieces that'll drop near this. And the water is obviously to flush it down to the pipe. And every minute, these pistons trigger, and any potential growth on these sugar canes will get knocked into the water most of the time. Now, occasionally, they do get knocked straight down. I think this is a glitch with the pistons, and if somebody has knows in the comments for sure if there's a way to get rid of that, let me know. But occasionally, the pistons will knock this straight down, so it won't go into the water. See, there they go. There was none growing this time. But occasionally they just fall straight down or don't quite make it to the water. Now down here on this end, it eliminates it, and if you wanted to be ambitious and make a series of these pipes rather than the water, then I'm sure that would work a little more reliably, but I was trying to make a simpler version and conserve some pipe because I do plan on making this multi-level at some point, and I kind of wanted to make it a little less complex if I could. Now, basically, I mean, obviously, if you see, I started using red alloy wire because it's easier to run. Now, you could make this with redstone wire. It would just be a little more, you can't run the wire on the wall, obviously. But that's not really a big deal. I mean, it still works the same either way. It's just, do you want to use the extra material or not? I chose to use material because you just basically use redstone and copper anyways, so what's it matter? So basically, you had to have, obviously a basic of this is you had to have a block of water, flowing or not, near, adjacent to the sugarcane. Now, in this case, this is covered by this stream right here, but I also made ones underneath them. See, there's water right there. Reason being is because in this design, if you were to make it go, upward and make another layer, vertically, then obviously there wouldn't be a stream in the middle anymore. So you would need one underneath this. So that's why that's there. And I'll go over the circuit. It's pretty simple, actually, the way the circuit works. This timer right here determines how often the pistons go. Now, I have it set to a minute right now. And the reason I have it set so long is the way that sugarcane grows is basically it has like 14 phases of growth, and every so often it'll just, decide whether it's going to grow or not. Now, the problem is if the piston was extended during that cycle, then it would interrupt it and it would start over and wouldn't grow, and it would go through all the stages again. So I tried to make it so that it has the least chance of interrupting the growth as possible. So every minute these will trigger. And there's another important thing to consider when you make this, and that is that if you just hook a timer straight to this, the pulse won't be the pulse that this makes isn't long enough. It's only about, I don't know, maybe a half or a quarter of a second long of a redstone pulse. And if you sit and watch your pistons go when you have it doing that, it'll be really short, and it often glitches out and makes the cane fall straight down, or they look all glitchy and don't work right, and they'll knock it off, but they'll just like pull it back. They'll get stuck on it and stuff, and it's just it doesn't work very well. So what I did some research, and I will actually post a link to the person who made that in the description. They described how to make a pulse lengthener, and basically the way this works is every 60 seconds, this sends a pulse to this latch right here. And the way a latch works is whatever side gets power applied to it will stay on until power is applied to the other side. So every minute, this gets powered. Now, when that happens, it triggers this to go again, because whenever a timer has power, it stops. So notice that this is powered right now, so it stops. Now, what will happen is as soon as this is flipped to the other side, this timer is set to 1 second. And the reason it's set to 1 second is that's how long it lets this be on. So the pistons are powered for exactly 1 second, and then they shut back off. The reason is that seems to help them push the cane out much more reliably. So, you know, I mean, as soon as this is powered, this will flip, this will go around once, and then see, it turns it right back off. And it's a lot better than the other way to do it. And I mean, you could apply this to lots of things. If you, for some reason, would need a piston to be active for a certain amount of time, then, I mean, this is a good way to do it. So if you need the pulses that this makes to be lengthened, this is the very simple way to do it. And that's about it, really, is in terms of this, you know, little farm. I mean, if anybody thinks any questions, feel free to ask in a comment. I mean, it's very, very simple. I try to make sure that this was as minimalist as possible. I mean, obviously, you can make the box bigger, you know, etc. But they grow so slowly, I can't really foresee this box filling unless I had a world anchor here. And just keep tuned for next time when I will showcase this guy over here, which is a lot longer and took a lot more time to make. It's an automatic wheat farm. So